Hey guys, it's Lisa. Welcome to Banning, Panning and Beyond. And today I'm bringing you another collab. So this time it's with Nona from MySoCalledLife1977. So I'm going to try to do another get ready with me style video like I did with my collab with Andrea. However, I will probably chat a little bit one in this more so than the last one, but I am short of time, so we shall just see. I may have to speed it up a little bit, but yeah, so before I get into doing the look, first let's look at my little Halloween headband. So I thought it was really cute, and I have a few more, so hopefully looks that I film over the rest of the month I might wear the rest of them. So and I've got my little pink skeleton hanging up on my mirror, which is a bit hard to see, and if you see, it's going to be difficult to make out, but my flamingo, he has a witch's hat on, but unfortunately I'm going to be blocking that out while I film today. So with Nona, I have to say that Nona was one of my OG subscribers, and she has remained so supportive through the growth of my channel this year. She watches every video, and she always leaves me a comment, and she's very encouraging and very kind. She does lots of collabs, so I'm really happy that she was able to fit in a collab with me as well. So she's always doing sort of get ready with me style videos, which as you all know, I've really struggled to sort of bring myself to do until recently. So what else does she do? She does a lot of shop my stash. I know that she has kind of a panning project of her own that she is doing, and lots of hauls. She generally has more affordable makeup sort of featured on her channel, but she does have some really nice high-end palettes in her collection as well. She's got some unboxings that she does, so I really encourage you to go over and check her channel out. She is such a lovely lady. So for the collab today, we decided to dupe or use a dupe. So Nona has the original Natasha Denona Tropics palette, and I have the Fantasia palette by Bad Habit. I have got my ring light on, so we'll see how we go with this one, and that is what my palette looks like. Clean that up a bit. It's got a fair bit of glare there, but I think as you can see, I will insert a photo actually, so let's just pause for a minute. I will insert if I'm not doing it over the top of my face right now, there will be a photo inserted of a comparison between the two palettes, so you can see for yourself how close they are. I wouldn't say they're identical, and definitely the formula in this one is a lot more chalky. I haven't sort of dipped into it too much, so it'll be good for me, because if it doesn't perform real well, I'll probably declutter it, and but I can use it to sort of discover whether or not I enjoy the color story, and whether maybe one day I will get the original. If it performs really well, or well enough, that I obviously won't go ahead and buy the actual Tropics palette. So what we did was generate one random number, and then which Nona did, and then she chose 2 shades and I chose 2 shades. So I chose last, so I sort of tried to mix it up a little bit. So just letting you know, I've just got my laptop up. So the shades that we got from the original, these are the names from the original palette. We had Limoncello, and the equivalent to Limoncello is this one here, which is Weightless. It's really getting washed out there, but it's kind of a it's a pale yellow, you can see there. And then Nona also chose Fake Tan, which the closest, it was very hard because Fake Tan and Sahara, they look more distinguished in the Natasha Denona palette than what they do in mine. I've got Stratus here, and this one is called Floating. That's a bit lighter than that one, so to me Fake Tan was closest to Stratus, and then the random one that got generated was Gusty from the original palette, and for me that is Sky's the Limit. It's a pink shimmer there. So yeah, I had the fun of then choosing the last two shades, and I tried to push myself a little bit in doing something a little bit different, because I could have easily just stuck with all the sort of more neutral or warm shades across the top, and generally for a deepening shade I would have gone for this chocolate brown, but I thought no, I'll actually go for this one here, and that's Sangria in the original palette, and it's called Nimbus in this one. I wouldn't say that it's super close. This looks more reddish to me, whereas Sangria looks like it has more of a magenta sort of tone in the original. And then the other one that I thought I would go for that hopefully will blend in is it's called Tiger Lily in the original one, which is the equivalent to this blue here, which is called Euphoria. So yeah, I think that what I will do is start off doing my makeup, see how I go with chatting. If I'm finding it too awkward, I'm just going to shut up, and I'm just going to put my laptop down, and yeah, so I'll just then speed through the rest of the footage. Like I said, I've got roughly 45 minutes, which is should be more than enough time to do an eye look, but if I keep talking then I'm never going to get there. But what I did is I pre-swatched, so those are the shades that we are actually working with. So you can see this one was quite patchy. The others didn't swatch too bad, but I'm gonna wipe them off because I don't want to end up with them on my clothes. So yes, shall be interesting. So I thought maybe while I chatted a little bit, I would sort of just touch base again. I'm just going to move my brushes out of the way to touch base again on me finishing up with my low-buy recently. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. I'm going to go in with Stratus first. Wow, there's so much kick up in these pans. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, I'm going to probably end up, I'm just going to tap my brush off on the back of my hand because I don't want to end up with a whole heap of fallout. So yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who was so supportive of me coming off my low buy. And I know that I don't have to justify it, and I know that it is my journey, and I have to sort of go with what is, you know, best for me. But I feel that because I started my channel off at the beginning of the year on a no buy, and my original intention was to follow it all the way through to the end of the year, that I may have some subscribers that basically subscribe to me because of the no buy, and because that's something that they were you know, doing themselves or interested in doing. And I guess I felt a little bit like I had let those people down, but a lot of you have said, you know, that you've all been on that journey yourself. So I'm thinking next that I'm going to go in with this shade here, just to darken the outer corner. I'm always really bad at doing the outer V. Yeah, so everyone's sort of been there, done that themselves, and that they know it's not always easy, and that different things sort of affect. Oh no, just noticed I've got some of that blue on my face. It might not be showing up in the camera, but anyway. yeah, I mean, I didn't sort of go into it too much. Well, I didn't really go into it at all in that video, but there is a lot more going on in my life that has kind of changed the way I've been. Oh my goodness. I just ended up with a whole heap of shadow in a corner there, so I'll try and brush that away. And try not to cover my mouth over so you can actually hear me. But yeah, it's been, other than just the pandemic, it's been a really tough time for my family. We've sort of goes back to mid last year when my daughter first got ill, and that is ongoing, and I'm not going to go into detail about that, even though I'm sure my daughter would be okay with me sharing, because she's very much an advocate for educating people, but I really should discuss it with her first. But needless to say, her illness is serious and ongoing, and it's been quite tough at times, especially for her, because it's, you know, it's happening to her, and yeah, and it's happening to us as well, but obviously it's different. She's the actual one that's sick. But I've also had my uncle, I'm thinking, what am I going to go in with now? Looks very, very strong in this light. Looks much better in the mirror behind the mounted behind the camera or the phone. So I might put some NYX glitter glue on. Yeah, so some of you who are new to my channel may not be aware that I lost my uncle back in April to lung cancer, and I have 6 uncles on my mum's side of the family. Don't really know my dad's side of the family real well, but needless to say, as life just seems to go, is that the uncle I lost was the uncle that I am closest to, or was closest to, out of all of them. And it was a really tough time, and I know that it's part of life, but you know, it's never easy, and I'm sure any of you who have lost a loved one would know. And what am I going to do next? So I might go in with Sky's the Limit, which is this one. I'm going to use that as the lid shade, and I'm going to use my finger for that one. Then before the end of last year, I believe, or early this year, I mean, time is just sort of blending in, trying to get rid of that dark shade out of my inner corner, but it's not happening. Just seem to be making it worse. I had 2 other uncles diagnosed with cancer, and recently I got the news, which I think I might have mentioned in one of my other videos, but I haven't put all of my videos up that I've recorded, so I'm not even sure if you guys are aware, but I had another uncle, one of the uncles that was diagnosed with esophageal cancer. They're twins, the 2 uncles that got the esophageal cancer. One was more advanced than the other, and I did visit the one with the more advanced cancer earlier in the year with my other uncle that passed away from lung cancer, and I hadn't seen my Uncle Ray in quite a long time. Seems to be, you know, that everyone's busy with their lives and people lose touch. And anyway, I caught up with him, and recently he got the news that his cancer, despite his big operation that he'd had gone terminal. And that was tough news. I'm going to go in with Weightless here so you can see better in that lighting. It's that light yellow, so I'm going to put that on my inner corner. And then I'll spray that one. You'll be proud of me, Nona. Spraying my shimmer. So yeah, and it was only about a week later. Like he lived very close to my other uncle, and which I think you may know is about an 8-hour. Wow. It's about an 8-hour drive from where I live. And he decided to come down and say goodbye once he got the diagnosis that he had gone terminal. And I didn't even realise that he had come down to visit until he rang me and said he wanted to come over and catch up. And he gave the news that he'd actually been cleared of cancer, which initially, like, I mean, I just broke down when he told me, because I was so happy for him. Like, it was happy tears, and I don't know, it's just blows me away that somebody can be told they're terminal and that the doctors get it wrong. But, you know, he was more than happy for them to get it wrong. It was just the initial scans he had. That's where it pointed to, that he'd had secondary cancer, and that he had 12 months to live. And so, anyway, it was great news. And, yeah, it was really, really great catching up with him. But I tell you, it just rocked me. You know, I've just, since I lost my father-in-law to esophageal cancer a few years ago, it just feels like it's been never ending. And I have my own health issues I have to deal with right now, which I have not gone into. And that's where I'm in a rush to go today. I have a medical appointment at the hospital, and like, it's probably not a big deal, but it's still something I have to deal with on top of everything else. So I'm now going in with the blue along the lower lash line. Not spraying this one because I would like to, I don't want it to be too shimmery, but yeah, and this is going to be like a super busy month for me. Even though my collab video went up with collab with Andrea went up today as I'm filming this one for our birthday, and I'll link that one at the end of this video if you haven't seen it. But just thinking whether I should take some of that up into the above as well. Might just take a little bit on the top lash line. I've totally lost my train of thought. Oh, that's right. So yeah, my birthday's not actually for a couple more days, and my sister is going to come down with my niece a few days after my birthday, and she's staying for the weekend. And it was actually my mother-in-law's birthday yesterday, and she's going to come up, and the same day my sister leaves, my mother-in-law is coming up for the night. We're going to do a joint birthday barbecue with all the kids and their partners, and then the rest of the week is kind of clogged up, like with more medical appointments between me, my daughter and my husband. So yeah, it's just going to be a full-on month, and I'm not too sure how I'm going to go for content. So if I disappear, don't be surprised. You'll just know that I'm super busy. So I think the look is pretty much finished. So I'll stay on camera because, you know, it's not taking me too long. I've still got another 35 minutes before I have to get going. So what I'm going to do next is I will try being the applicable word, to do some liner. Actually, no, I'm not going to do any liner because I've already put the blue on my lash line. I'm just going to go in and do some brow highlight. So for that, I'm going to use my Roulette Pen Collab highlight. So I just use this brush here. It's very rounded, sort of, and thin brush. So I just sort of run that along there, and then I use that. So, yeah. So anyway, I think that pretty much covers everything I wanted to say. But how that relates back to my no-buy, I guess when I got the call to tell me that my second uncle had gone terminal, I don't know, felt like life is just too short, and I really think that we all need to do what makes us happy, and makeup makes me happy. And yeah, I just think that this is my escape. I absolutely love just coming in and doing my makeup, having time out to myself. Yeah, and I mean, obviously I can do that without spending any money because my collection is already large enough, but that's okay. I don't mind adding to it because as I'm working through the collection I've got, I'm going to be more selective about what I add. And I think when I start getting some of my parcels in, because they're all lost in transit at the moment, there's just no updates coming through from USPS, so I've got no clue. I've had parcels go via Spain. I've got 3 that the last time they knew about them, they were in Hong Kong. I had 1 held up in Australia, which according to USPS is still in the US. So it's just all over the place, and I don't know when my order's going to come in and everything. But I think you guys might be surprised by some of the things that I've bought, because my taste has definitely changed. So, and I'm getting a lot more confident in using colour. So I'm thinking now, before I try to do my mascara, I'm going to spray my face. This is not Urban Decay all-nighter in this, by the way. I actually have finished it, and then I've got a Kylie Cosmetics setting spray, which the pump on it doesn't work because I think it's clogged up, and I decided then that I would actually just pour some into this because this works. And I got this at Meccaland when I went with my daughter, and it actually, I don't know, I thought it had my name on it. That's really weird. But anyway, I'm obviously going crazy. So yeah, anyway, I just thought I'd put the other setting spray in that one. It's a nice little bottle. It's really good for traveling, not that I'm going anywhere anytime soon. So yeah, and it's okay. Like, honestly, I'm not a big connoisseur when it comes to setting sprays. Like, I don't know that they make a huge difference, but that could be because these days I'm just sitting at home, I'm not doing much, so it's not really getting tested. I'm not out in the weather, I'm not sweating a lot, anything like that. Yeah, so, and I'm certainly not out partying in nightclubs and all of that stuff, so whatever I've got seems to be more than suitable. So I'm just using the voluminous mascara primer, eyelash primer I should say. And what have I done? Yeah, a lot of fallout, which you guys probably can't see because of the ring light, but I have to say that other than the fallout, like the shadow is actually blended quite well, and I like the look that I came up with. It's nothing flash, but you know, I am going to the hospital after I do my makeup, so I didn't want to do anything that was too out there. So anyway, I will, once I know how I'm going with my health, I will definitely update you guys and let you know what's going on, but I don't want to sort of talk too soon and say things that aren't relevant. So alright, so I'm using my Too Faced Better Than Sex sample mini mascara, and I think it was Andrea that I saw in her recent empties. She was talking about a mascara, same sort of thing, where you know, you don't get much to hold on to. Like, you really, they're such a pain to, like, these minis, because the head, like the actual wand, is so big, and it's really difficult to maneuver compared to the length of the rest of the lid. And I really do like this mascara though. I feel like it builds up really, really nicely. I understand the hype behind it now. This is the first time I've actually ever used one, and I do have a few more in my mascara stash, so I've got a couple more, and I think I also got a full-size one of these in some sort of Christmas pack probably about 2 years ago. So just goes to show I have so many mascaras, guys. I don't know that I'll do a separate inventory video on it, because it's not like I can open them all and swatch them, but my next inventory video I'm going to do will be my blush one, and I will maybe just pull them out when I'm doing that video and just show you guys just how many I do have and how many I've got to get through. And for some reason I just take forever to get through them, and I don't throw them out. I know that everyone's going to go ooh, but I mean, maybe not all of you. I mean, some of you might do the same, but I'm also using this Hourglass mini just because I can't use that Too Faced one on my lower lashes. So hopefully I don't poke myself in the eye. Yeah, so it's really hard to do your mascara sort of trying to look in a long distance mirror. I suppose I could be just doing this, but you know, that's all part of me getting used to doing get ready with me videos, and I hope this hasn't been too boring for you all listening to me chattering on about stuff. But I just wanted to say that I really do appreciate everyone that supports me, from, you know, my original subscribers to my newest subscribers. I love it when everyone leaves comments, and I know I don't normally do the whole, you know, please comment, share, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. I don't know, I just think if you want to, you know, you will. So I would, you know, of course appreciate it. And I just realized I did not. I picked out I'm trying to get through all of my Dose of Colours lipsticks, and I chose this one out of all of them just based on the eyeshadow colours I saw in the palette before I'd swatched it. And I forgot to get a a lip liner. So what I'll do is I'll stop this video. Oh my god, I've already been talking for half an hour. Sorry guys, maybe I will end up speeding through some of this. I'm gonna just quickly duck off, grab myself a lip liner, and I will come back with the finished look. Okay, so I am back with the finished look. So the Dose of Colours lipstick I used was the Cinnamon Swirl. So I think that went really well with the colour on my outer V and into my crease. And there's the swatch there. So I just tested out two. So lucky I didn't have to go through too many lip liners, but I ended up choosing the Zoeva or Zoeva, I'm not sure, everyone pronounces it slightly different, lip liner, and I'm just trying to find, there are no names, so it's A73, so that's it there. So I am thinking that I'm probably going to, I may as well do it now while I'm on camera, I'm going to pop on my Project Pan lip gloss. It's pink though. It's kind of weird because it looks, it's got a lot of pink, you can see it there, but it's also got like a bit of a bronze in it, but I'm trying to use it, so I might just dab a little bit in the middle. Yeah, that's fine, I think. So anyway, so that's it. I'm just going to slip these off. I got a haircut yesterday, so if you can tell, my fringe is not hanging in my eyes, and I don't have my usual scrunch up. I didn't get my texture spray, so but now that I've slept on it, it's not as frizzy. I get a lot of flyaways with my hair. So yeah, so that's the finished look, guys. I will close both eyes instead of doing the whole awkward, like one eye open, one eye closed. So let me know what you think of the look. And like I said, I just wanted to let you know I may disappear purely just because I'm busy. I'm hoping that won't be the case. I'm hoping to get some videos filmed next week so that it can all just continue to flow while I'm busy doing other things. I also started another landscaping project with my husband, which I mentioned in a previous video. So it's just go, go, go. Those days I generally don't, you know, don't put makeup on. So yeah, and there was something else I wanted to tell you. Oh, I've put off doing my empties and exits. I've decided to, even though I've already pre-filmed it, I wasn't really happy with the video, and I've decided to roll them over in with this month's empties and exits. So there'll be a bit more of a substantial video coming up with 2 months worth of those. And I think that what I'm going to do moving forward in regards to entries is I'd rather actually use the products as they're starting to come in and demonstrate them and give you maybe a bit of a first impression on some of them, not all of them. So I probably won't do a dedicated sort of empties video, entries video anymore. And because then I find I'm just getting stuff for the month and packing them away, and I'm not getting to use them. So they're already sitting there up to a month. So I think yeah, I'd rather just sort of maybe do a couple of haul videos as they arrive, that sort of thing. So so a few changes, but generally the gist of my channel hasn't really changed. The banning part is, you know, look, there may be future no buys that I'll go on intermittently over different times. Still working on panning and using up products I've got, being a lot more selective at what I bring in. That's not necessarily associated to volume, but the actual products I think are putting a bit more thought into what I am buying, and I guess that's all part of the beyond part as well. But yeah, thinking about what I can sort of do moving forward with my channel now that my no buy and low buy are over at this point. But I'm still me, and I really do appreciate that everyone is still here supporting me. So I can't wait to see what look Nona comes up with using her palette. It'll be very interesting to see what she creates, because she, you know, is using the same shades as me, just to see the placement and what yeah, she does with them. So I really do appreciate you collabing with me, Nona, and just a reminder to those of you who aren't already subscribed to her to go and check her out. I will link her in the description box. So yeah, I'm going to wrap the video up now, guys, and say goodbye. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.